We're covering Agile estimation and planning, a critical topic for your PMP exam. A common exam scenario involves a team estimating work, and you need to know the correct techniques. Let's start with story points. These are not units of time, which is a frequent exam trap. Story points are a relative measure of effort, complexity, and risk. The exam will test your understanding that a 5-point story is roughly half the effort of a 10-point story, regardless of the hours it takes. To assign these points, teams use a consensus-based technique called planning poker. During this activity, team members discuss a user story and privately select a card representing their estimate in story points. They reveal their cards simultaneously to avoid anchoring bias. If estimates vary widely, say one person shows a 3 and another an 8, it triggers a crucial discussion to uncover different assumptions about the work. The goal is to reach a shared understanding and a consensus estimate. For higher-level, less defined items in the product backlog, a simpler method called T-shirt sizing is often used. This technique categorizes work into sizes like small, medium, and large, which is perfect for early-stage roadmap planning when detailed estimates are impractical. Many teams use T-shirt sizing during initial backlog refinement and then break those items down into more granular story points during iteration planning. Once a team starts completing work, they can calculate their velocity. Velocity is the average number of story points a team completes per iteration or sprint. For example, if a team completes 20, 25, and 18 story points in their first 3 sprints, their average velocity is 21. This historical data is vital for forecasting how much work the team can realistically take on in future sprints and for release planning. A key distinction tested on the PMP exam is the difference between release planning and iteration planning. Release planning is a higher-level, longer-term forecast that outlines which features will be delivered over multiple iterations to achieve a larger business goal. It uses the team's average velocity to project how many iterations are needed to complete a set of features. Iteration planning, or sprint planning, is much more granular. It's a meeting held at the start of each iteration where the team selects a number of user stories from the top of the product backlog that they can commit to completing within that single time box based on their velocity. The final piece is product backlog refinement, sometimes called backlog grooming. This is not a single meeting, but an ongoing activity where the product owner and the development team review, prioritize, and add detail to backlog items. The goal is to ensure the backlog is filled with well-understood and estimated items, ready for upcoming iterations. The exam might present a situation where the backlog is not ready for sprint planning, and the correct action would be to initiate a refinement session. A memorable phrase to tie this together is,